Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Yep.
We're just gonna start hot and heavy this week.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, this does not taste good.
Oh yeah, Killcliff got a new. So if you're into energy drinks, Killcliff has been one that I really enjoy because it's healthy for you. But this one is Flaming Joe, so it's Joe Rogan's specific blend. It's spicy pineapple. The pineapple part is great, and then the aftertaste is like somebody throwing pepper spray in your face.
Yep. They accidentally made a water tower worth of it, and they were like, "Oh, this is spicy."
What are we gonna do?
Spicy pineapple.
Spicy pineapple.
Yep.
Oops.
We put a little
All
too
spice.
much. We put a little too much chemical in it.
Yep. But yeah, Killcliff, not great. What else is not great? COVID. We hate COVID. And so it's I do want to say something. If you feel like you need to get the vaccine, go get the vaccine.
And leave me alone.
I'm fine with you getting the vaccine.
Sure.
I've thought about it once or twice.
Sure.
But like, okay, this whole like, just, it doesn't make sense. Okay? Go get the vaccine. Okay. Is it going to stop me from getting it? No.
Probably
It'll
not.
lessen your symptoms. So instead of calling it a vaccine, let's call it a
Dimmer.
Well, or a treatment.
Yeah.
Let's call it a treatment.
Pre-treatment.
Pre-treatment. Yeah. So go get your treatment.
Yeah.
Your COVID treatment. Because otherwise, there was a super spreader event. Over 73% of the people that got COVID from the event were already vaccinated.
Yep.
Granted, their symptoms were less. Cool.
But that's so subjective.
Well,
how the heck would you know that?
Because they're not on ventilators. You don't get to the point where you're on a ventilator most of the time. I'm assuming.
Most of people don't anyway. Most.
Yeah, so most people don't. But I think what they're saying is out of all the cases of people that have gotten COVID and had the vaccine, it blows over like it's nothing.
Okay.
Like it's like allergies or something.
Cool.
So, but Fauci came out and said the other day, the vaccine, we're not calling these breakthrough events anymore because they're not breakthrough events. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
Because it's not a true vaccine.
Yeah. Well,
it doesn't keep you from getting it.
Because they call it a flu shot.
Yeah.
It's not a flu vaccine.
Because it doesn't keep you from getting the vaccine or the flu.
It might.
It might.
Could.
But also might not.
So could take an extra shot of orange juice before you leave the house.
Well, and then I think
taking a multivitamin.
I want to say it was Johnson & Johnson came back again, and there's another problem with Johnson & Johnson that gives you like this rare.
That's my thing. I don't care about the effectiveness of it at all because you can pour bleach on a wound that's infected and it might kill the infection, but it's going to mess you up.
Yeah.
So just because something keeps you from getting something doesn't mean y'all didn't test this thing. You, by definition, can't say this is scientifically tested.
Well, it is being tested. It's testing right now.
Okay, so don't stick it in me yet.
We are still in trials right now.
Yeah, so
this is clinical trials.
Leave me alone.
Well, what's the New York? You cannot eat outside, or you can't. Essentially, you can't eat.
Yeah.
You can't go to a gym, any indoor event. You cannot go to it unless you have a vaccine
or a card.
Yeah, a vaccine card.
There's plenty of.
I'm sure there are
card companies popping up.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah, there actually are.
And then, so this is another thing that nobody is talking about. Because I went back and researched it, and I was trying to find instances where in the media or in the news where they were talking about reinfections. Okay? Every time somebody says something about reinfections, it's reinfections are low, and then straight on to the next thing.
Yeah.
They like glance over it. There was a study that came out of Israel. There were 800,000 people that got COVID in Israel. Okay? Out of those 800,000 people that got COVID and survived, to date, 72 have gotten reinfected.
Regardless of vaccine or non-vaccine, or
These are unvaccinated people.
it's 800,000 unvaccinated.
These are unvaccinated people.
So this is 800,000 people before the vaccines got out.
Essentially, yeah.
That got COVID, and
then now they're doing reinfection studies. 72 out of 800,000.
Wait, you mean like how our bodies work?
Exactly.
Is that what you mean?
Exactly. So this is okay. Cool. You want to get the shot, because I think what's happening right now is all the people, like, we're seeing a spike in the cases, right? Mm-hmm. But that's because all the people who have been cooped up for the past year and a half, that have been wearing masks and been social distancing, all these mandates are backing off.
People are going back outside.
They're going back outside
with
and these
no
are the
immunity.
People, exactly, with no immunity, and so they're getting sick.
Yeah.
So of course we're going to see a rise in cases. Give it 30 days. I am almost certain it's coming back down, because all these people are going to get infected, then they're going to have natural immunity, and then they're going to go back. If you want to get the vaccine, great.
Yeah.
But we need to be talking about natural immunity more.
But natural immunity means some people will die.
Like the flu?
No, like car accidents, like
Yeah,
falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
But
also,
our goal is for nobody to die.
Yeah.
And so
I mean, I don't want anybody to die.
No.
I don't want anybody's loved ones to die. I don't want any of my loved ones to die. But also, like, you take risks in living.
We live on a planet where people die every day. Like,
yeah. Heart disease. Why haven't we come up with a... Okay, here's the...
Vaccinate McDonald's.
This is a thing that I heard the other day. So, it's about saving lives, right? Mm-hmm. We're trying to get these vaccines out to save lives. Mm-hmm. Okay? Then why does freaking insulin cost so much?
Right.
Because then... If we're talking about saving lives,
right?
Why is insulin $800 a vial?
Yeah, but I can go to Walmart
and get a vaccine
for free.
Yeah, so it's not about saving lives. It's about something else. I don't know what it's about. I'm not trying to go down a conspiracy.
You can.
I'm not trying to go down that path, because that's not what I'm trying to portray here.
Yeah,
this isn't about saving lives. Mm. We don't. The government doesn't care about saving your life. I'm sorry.
No.
They don't. Because if they did, they would have things in place that made all that, like chemo. Why is chemo so high? If chemo can save lives from cancer, right, everybody should get free chemo when they get cancer.
Yeah. If that's the goal. People in power don't make decisions that lessen their power.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Absolutely.
So this is something other than mass health.
Yeah.
And we'll just have to wait and see what that is.
Yeah. I mean,
did you see Obama's birthday party?
Yeah. Like 750 people.
There wasn't a mask within 100 miles of them.
I'm sure they were all vaccinated. I'm sure they all were inoculated.
They've got that special one, though.
Yeah.
The one that actually works. He was handing those out as door prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Party favors.
Yes, that's what I meant. Not door prizes.
Like, let's talk about natural immunity.
Yeah.
Because if I have natural immunity, don't give me the vaccine.
That y'all don't know what it does yet.
Yeah. Because there could be long-term side effects.
Yeah. There could be short-term side effects we don't even know yet. We haven't had this thing rolled out a year, and y'all are trying to mandate it, but you don't know what it does.
Yeah. And, like, the incentivizing people to get it, too.
Yeah. That's the greasy part.
It's very greasy. And, like, I mean, this is like one of the few things that we actually both agree on. Yeah. So we might lose some people in this talk, but, like, this is how I actually feel about it. Yeah. Like, I have had COVID.
Yep.
Let me go get tested for antibodies. If I have the antibodies, let me be. Don't make me wear a mask. And that's the other thing. Wearing the masks.
Well, Fauci said most of the masks that people wear don't even work.
Yeah. And
so this is for style?
So last year, the flu was gone.
Yeah.
Because we wore masks, but we couldn't get rid of COVID because of masks.
Yeah.
1 and 1 don't equal 2 right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, if masks work, then they work. If they don't, then they don't. But we can't say not enough people were wearing masks And that's why COVID spread. But also, we didn't have almost any flu cases because of masks.
Yeah.
2 and 2 either or 1 and 1 either equal 2 or they don't.
Yeah.
And
hey, you're preaching to the choir.
Get in the comments and tell us if I'm wrong on all this stuff, which I feel like I've done a decent amount of research. Also, in 2015, there was another study that came out that was talking about inoculations that don't really kill the disease, or it doesn't prevent you from getting the disease.
Yeah.
So we're talking about like the flu or strep or whatever it may be. If there is a vaccine that just lessens your symptoms, it doesn't actually like inject you with the virus so that you have natural antibodies and immunity. What's going to happen then is these viruses are going to mutate
around it.
Exactly.
And
they're going to be stronger and deadlier.
Talk to
Delta
MRSA.
variant.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pushing this vaccine, then the Delta variant comes out. And then next year there's going to be even worse than the one right now. It's because and it's scientific studies. I don't have the studies that I can cite right now. I've read all of them. I've looked at all of them. I know that they're out there, like the Israeli study.
You know how many antibiotics we've scrapped over the years because they don't work anymore? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Ask MRSA.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to feel real good, get some MRSA.
Yeah.
It's just, and
have you ever had staph?
I've been close to getting staph before, but I haven't gotten staph.
What does that
There's
mean?
a bunch of people in fire college that get staph.
I've had it twice.
Really?
It is the pits. Literally, it makes a pit in your skin.
I've seen people that have had staph and MRSA and stuff going through the fire department, but like...
You take a shower after every football practice for an entire season and don't wash your towel once, you'll get staph. Twice.
The more you know, people. Yeah. The more you know.
Yep.
But it's...
Like... I'm not trying to get away from COVID,
you're good.
But put a whole end of a Q-tip into your body in the hole and it's gone.
Gross.
Yeah.
Or fun. Who knows?
Yeah.
Could be really fun for some people.
Yeah. A hole where it's not there's not supposed to be a hole.
Yeah. Well.
Like in your thigh.
Depends on who you ask.
True. Very true.
It's in Australia. Have you seen the craziness in Australia?
They've been crazy.
They've got freaking... People are flying in helicopters, spotting people that are outside.
Without masks
on.
on?
A megaphone. No, outside. And just megaphoning them. It's mandated. You cannot be outside. You need to go back inside. So now you got a bunch of jokers sitting inside, not getting any vitamin D, which is one of the things that helps with this virus.
Or if you can't go to the store, where are you getting food from?
I'm sure they're delivering it to you or something.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'll say this. With the pushing this shot, I'm going to stop calling it a vaccine.
Yeah.
Let's try as a show to not say vaccine anymore. It's
going to be hard.
Unless we say it's not a vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it too. Just vaccine. So they say the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, these cards, we've had a country hand out cards before.
Yeah.
And it didn't end well, especially for Hebrews.
Yeah. It worked out really good for some people.
For a while. For like a decade. It worked really well. And they ended up...
Yeah.
And we've done this. We've seen this before.
And I'm fine with you mandating vaccines in certain instances. Like, kids got to go to school.
Can't go without the polio shot.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Something that's been tried and true and tested. And
actually, like, nobody has polio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. People are still getting the flu.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons they don't mandate flu vaccines.
Also because it's a different one every spring.
Yeah.
You can't do... But, like, the mumps, you get the shot for the mumps, you're not going to get the mumps.
Let's Operation Warp Speed some diabetes medication.
Sure.
Or some cancer treatments or something. Something that, like...
Or some D-plaque of your arteries.
Yeah. I could use some of that.
Yeah. Where's that at?
Yeah. So... That's my soapbox. I've been getting fired up this week about it just because it's, and early on I was one of the people that was like, everybody needs to wear masks. Everybody needs to do this. Like, it makes sense to do this. And I mean, to a degree, it still makes sense if you want to. But like, hey, you need to wear a mask. Well, I don't want to wear a mask. Well, you need to. Well, you're wearing a mask. Yeah, but you need to wear it, so I can't get it.
But you're wearing a mask.
But you're wearing a mask. Yeah, so...
But if we both wear masks, I'm definitely not. Well, that's not scientific.
Or, hey, where's your vaccination card?
Oof.
Hey, I have antibodies. Can I get an antibody card that
Yeah.
says like
I've had it and I've got the antibodies.
Yeah, I've had it. I've got the antibodies.
I'll laminate one of them cards.
Absolutely.
I'll wear it like a welcome.
I'll put it on my arm.
Yeah, I'll get a bag. Yeah, you can sew it to my sleeve.
Yeah, sure.
What's the
Why
shape
not?
of it? Is it a star?
Yeah.
And then we all get to live in the same neighborhood for a while
Nice.
until they
That'd
start
be cool.
training us
You
off to
come live on this side of town.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But okay, so that's COVID.
Yeah.
That's I'm COVID silly.
If you think we're stupid, please tell us. Because if your
If
goal,
we are stupid,
if your goal is to educate us to the point of being okay with vaccines, educate me.
yeah. Well, I talked to a doctor recently and said,
I'm not laughing. I just know who it is. So
no,
it's
you
not.
don't.
Oh, I don't.
No, it's not the person you think it is.
Oh, well.
I talked to a doctor recently because they had put out this also on social media. I keep seeing doctors and healthcare workers post about COVID recently, and it's always the same first sentence. I haven't said anything yet, but today I'm going to say something about it. That's like, I don't know if they're getting the same, but anyways.
So, did y'all get that in a meeting?
Yeah.
Where they said to.
And I asked the person, I said, hey, well, what about natural immunity? Like, I'm curious because I've been doing studies on it. And then they say, the doctor said, I would still get the vaccine. I'm saying people should get the vaccine
All right.
because I believe in it. Okay, cool. Well, I knew somebody who got it and had the vaccine. So you know one person.
Yeah.
You are a doctor. You have plenty of case studies, I'm sure. You've seen one person get reinfected, and was it bad?
Yeah.
Or was it not so bad? I mean, like, it's just,
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah.
Olympics.
The Olympics.
We won.
Hooray.
Yes.
My life is better.
Did you see a 14-year-old set an Olympic record in diving?
In diving?
In diving.
No.
At 14, my grandmother still had to check to see if I was taking too long in the CC's bathroom.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's a buddy of mine, Jonathan Eslick. He listened to the podcast. He wrote that was his story. Yeah. He said, 14-year-old just won gold and set an Olympic diving record. At 14, my grandma still checked on me if I took too long in the CC's bathroom, which is hilarious.
Yeah, and true.
Yeah.
You know, on that note,
I still had to have adult supervision at 14 at the pool, I'm sure.
I think I was at home alone at 14.
Maybe. It's just
dicey.
funnier to say.
It was dicey.
It's funnier to say.
Yeah. On that same note, this is the first year we've had skateboarding in the Olympics. Thank goodness they weren't 20 years late on that one.
Yeah. Hey, what's popular with the youth of today?
Yeah.
Should have been like TikTok dancing or something. That should have been an Olympic sport.
I think we talked about this. It was like, thanks Olympics for putting skateboard in it 20 years after skateboarding was popular. Next year will be a fidget spinner competition.
That's awesome.
But so like if you look at I don't care about skateboarding.
Yeah.
I did when I was a little kid for 6 months.
Yeah.
Bought
I used to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still skateboard.
I still skateboard. Yeah.
Anyway, if you look at the men's when they were all like, hey, there's some teenagers, but they were like adult 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Every single girl
was
a child.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be in the Olympics. Are we going to put pillow fighting in the Olympics?
So did you see where Barbie came out with a bunch of Barbies for the to support the Olympics, and one of them was the Asian girl that was like really good at skating, but she might have won.
Yeah.
But there's some backlash because it doesn't look Asian enough.
Jesus. What does it need? Chopsticks in its hand?
It's like
carry anything of sushi?
We could either be like,
because you damn sure that they're gonna get mad if it's too Asian.
Yeah.
This pisses me off. I'm sorry.
The first time Leah's cussed on the
I accidentally
podcast.
cussed last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't.
This stuff where it's if you don't do it enough, you're in trouble, but if you do it too much, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be the perfect Asian.
Yeah. Perfect.
So no chopsticks, but if her eyes aren't squinty enough, you're just as bad.
But if they are too squinty,
how dare you? So kind of squinty eyes, and they've got one of them silk geisha vests on, skateboarding. Maybe that's enough. Or the white face with the red lips.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to pass that one.
But she's not Asian enough.
I'm just telling you what the people said.
Yeah. Does she need an octopus arm hanging out of her mouth? That stuff.
Like a Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Like holding a Dragon Ball.
Yeah, she's got a Pikachu on her back. Is that enough? Or is that too much?
So I think
You see, I just subbed in a new Dr.
Oh, really? Dang. Going through them. So we had a comment.
2 for 2.
We had a comment this week on our YouTube.
From some stranger.
Yeah, which is great.
Sure.
I love comments.
Yeah.
And I agreed with them.
Sure.
So I feel like we need to read the.
Sure.
We don't have enough comments. So.
I looked and looked and looked.
Hold on, well, let's.
Okay, go.
Okay, so from Megan Brady, thank you for watching.
Thanks,
We're
Megan.
stoked
Yeah.
that you're watching.
I will say, she was not mean about it.
Yeah, no, she was great.
So
She was
thank you for
aggressively medium.
She was aggressively medium.
Okay, so she commented and said Simone nor the USA Gymnastics never said anything about an injured leg, which you said you looked for and you couldn't find.
I wouldn't. Okay.
They scrubbed it like Mekon Carter
What's
from the
her
internet.
name? What's her name?
Simone?
No.
Megan.
Megan, you don't know me, or maybe you do, and I don't know you. Probably not. I would not have said the leg thing if I did not read that somewhere.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Or thought you read it somewhere.
No.
In a dream.
Okay, sure. I would not just say that because why would I lie on a podcast? I did look and could not find it. Yeah. So, but I did not make it up.
They scraped it from the internet.
I did not
like
purposely
Highlands
make it up.
Scrape stuff from the internet. I love Highlands. Yeah. Simone explicitly said in her press conference immediately after pulling out, and I quote, "No, it is not physical, thankfully. It is a mind/mental components not there. Her aunt died that week while she was in Tokyo and wasn't allowed to compete on a medication she's been taking for ADHD since she was a child. And mental health is..."
Doubt that. Anyway.
Well,
she got to take it in 2016. She's got to take it in every competition.
I don't know. So, and mental health is very much connected to one's general headspace and thus the twisties. The twisties are triggered by stress/overwhelmed feelings. She wasn't experiencing them until after qualifications in Tokyo, so it was too late for anyone to replace her in later events. Just the other teammates could step up in the team event and in her place. By the point there was a problem, it was past the point of no return for any backups and switch-ins. In fact, the reserves had gotten on a flight back to the U.S. since the potential change/swap over period had already ended. I think great points.
Cool.
Also have another person that commented.
On what? On
the podcast. Talking about
but on what platform?
Instagram.
Okay.
So, complete hero. If a sprinter were to blow a hamstring in the middle of a sprint, no one would fault them for not continuing until healthy, if even possible, before the conclusion of the Olympics. I think the average person is so far removed from the incredible feats of gymnastics that they can't even fathom the neurological connection between brain and body. This is the same girl who has moves named after her because she's the only one that can do them. She gets graded on a curve because she can do things others can't. If she's claiming that she can't sense where her body is while doing effing cheetah flips, it's real. They're calling it a mental health issue, like suddenly after multiple Olympic appearances, she can't handle the pressure. She can't sense where her body is. Hardly a matter of guts. There are effers who sprain their ankles carrying effing groceries, criticizing a specimen of human being they can F right off.
Yeah, we talked about that great camp of people last week. I don't care.
I think both people bring good points of this is a person who has more moves named after them than anybody else.
Cool.
She's graded on a scale because she can do things that nobody else can. So if she says, I can't compete, I can't compete.
Okay.
That's just,
sure. She's not a hero.
I mean, I don't know about hero.
He's talking. This is so funny. He even said, if a sprinter blows out her hamstring,
Yeah.
that doesn't make them strong. They blew a hamstring.
Yeah.
That's just an injury, right?
Yeah. True.
What if he got in a car wreck on the way to the race? Is he a hero?
I mean, maybe if he tried to still compete.
Okay, I blew my hamstring and I'm on try and I came in dead last. Hero. Goat.
I think we do have our threshold for hero is quite low.
Okay, we'll take hero off the table.
Yeah.
But just the and it's all twisties. Zero mental health. That guy said she didn't choke. It wasn't about her guts.
Yeah,
but she said it was about that. She said the stress and the pressure and I thought it was twisties.
She said stuff about the stress and the pressure.
Yeah, she said it in the press conference that it was all the pressure and all the stress.
I hadn't seen that.
She said it.
I didn't see it. I mean, I'm not saying that she didn't say it. I'm just saying I didn't.
You read it just a second ago. Because the girl from the YouTube comment said in the press conference it was about like stress and pressure.
It's just that she said it's that the mental / mind component's not there. Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about the pressure.
You just said pressure and stress. Somebody did.
The twisties are triggered by stress / overwhelmed feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't about the stress and overwhelming. It was the twisties.
If it's causing you, I don't know enough about gymnastics.
It must be harder than anything.
Yeah.
To play. To play a game.
Must be difficult. Because I can. Here's another thing. I could go out on a baseball field and field some balls. You tell me to do a jumping or a twisty jackknife. I can't even try. I'm not even going to be able to try to attempt that.
But also, if you've been doing it since you were in utero,
yeah,
that's your thing. Do your thing. You can't do your thing. You're not the GOAT. Yeah, I don't know either. I mean,
I just felt like we needed to bring those two comments up because they
people comment. We need to talk about it. That's great.
It was great.
Thank you for your comments.
I agree with you. Lee doesn't.
No, well, there wasn't agreeing with the first girl. She just brought information, which is great. Thank you, Megan or Hannah or whatever her name was. Megan. Thank you, Megan. Your pal said what he said. That's fine.
I agree with him too. So.
I mean,
you don't. That's part of the podcast. I agree.
I don't even know what I would agree with. That she's still the best of all time.
That she's a really good athlete. She dropped out because of something that she couldn't help.
Arguably. I think that's where twisties is a valid excuse. It's not. Or not twisties. Just again, if the sprinter goes to the race knowing he's got a bum hamstring, and he blows his hamstring out,
but he didn't know until qualifiers when they couldn't sub anybody else in. Because that's what they're saying is she didn't have a problem with it.
I don't care about the competition side of it at all. Olympic gymnastics does not change my life a drop. Olympics in general, sports in general, do not affect my life personally at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't give a rip about subs and none of that matters to me.
You're upset that everybody's calling her a hero.
I'm upset that so we can say at some point her deficiencies were caused by mental stuff. Twisties caused by stress and pressure, or stress and her grandmother dying.
Yeah.
The medicine she all of a sudden can't take, she's been taking since she was born. That sounds fishy to me because she was in the 2016 Olympics with the medication.
Yeah. But she was, but her grandmother didn't, or her aunt or whoever was didn't die.
She wasn't real worried about her grandmother last week when she was partying with her boyfriend at training camp all over Instagram.
Who knows?
Your grandmother's still dead.
Yeah,
you got over that real quick.
It don't mean you can't go see your boyfriend.
I know, but let's be real. If you're having mental problems, like the comedian that said that you're celebrating your mental health on Twitter is like celebrating celibacy with a Four Loko. If you've got problems, quit acting like you don't have problems when it's fun for you.
Yeah, well...
That's my thing.
Okay.
Gymnastics is squat. Her as a person doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah.
It's just the idea that you can do whatever the heck you want, and when you feel bad, you can talk about it and you're a hero, and if you get over it or not, you're still a hero. You're the baddest girl on the planet, but you couldn't even do what you're bad for. That annoys me.
Okay.
All right.
So
what is TV Guardian?
So you don't know about TV Guardian.
You spelled it wrong in our notes, but
yeah, I did.
It's fine.
So TV Guardian, this is like a piece that there's like the next little two pieces
All right.
are like hilarious things that Christians do to me.
Yeah.
So growing up, we had these little boxes called TV Guardians or TVG. You plug it in to your TV and then it like
filters.
So like you're sitting there watching a movie, it replaces bad words with not bad words. So it'd be like, you mother toe. And it was like always like just this like automated, like really
toe.
weird. Yeah.
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 Toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that to me, you all right?
It's so hot in here.
It's just because you're fired up.
Yeah.
Or you're drinking too much spicy pineapple.
Yeah, I'm not drinking any more of that. I can feel my stomach eroding.
But it was just like this funny.
It's funny.
It's funny. Yeah, because we would, and I mean.
We had a friend with a website that you could like go on it and be like, The Dark Knight Rises. Before you go see it in theaters, your mom could get on there and be like, it says 17 cuss words in it.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Go. Did they do that?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what it was called. But
yeah, we did the same thing. I can't remember what it was called either, but it would be like, oh, it said the F word once. Or it has a thing where it says that.
There's boobies at 47 minutes.
Yeah. Which just means fast forward to 47 minutes.
And tear the film up, the VHS tape up.
Especially when you're 14 or whatever.
Not at the Olympics.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just like this funny. And whoever came up with it had to be smart.
It's cool.
Yeah, but like by like 15, you're like, oh, I know what that word is.
Yeah.
Like they're replacing it, but I still know what that word is. Which also leads me to the next. Oh gosh,
A little spicy pineapple.
Acid reflux. So Swope, I don't know if you know who Swope is. He's a Christian rapper. He's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
He has this song that came out, "Cause We Can."
C-U-Z,
We Can, featuring Gold Frame and Natalie Lauren. So this is just
I'm assuming this
section,
is Natalie Lauren's first rap.
It's her first Christian rap.
Oh, who is she?
She's some artist.
She the chick that was married to that baseball player? Cheated on him with her pastor?
Oh gosh,
is it that girl?
I don't think so.
I'd like to hear her music.
But so it brings up an interesting point. So Susie Rock, former stage name, you know that? Maybe?
No.
Okay. She won a GMA Dove Award for Song of the Year. So she's
when
Christian hip hop and R&B, 2019, 2018.
Oh, so she's new. She's hip.
Yeah, apparently so.
Wow.
But so this is her verse on this Swope song.
Is it through that filter? Is it how you connected these two, or this is just something completely different?
This brings up
The Guardian.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't bring up The Guardian. It ties in. Okay.
Sorry.
So this is Swope's song. He's a Christian rapper.
I can't hear. I don't understand that.
Okay. It says every N-word in this party.
I thought it said heaven.
No.
It said every, not heaven.
For surviving.
Give her another dove.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I can't say that I'm mad or upset about it. At first I was like, this is ridiculous. But then I realized there's a song back in I don't know when this came out. It's King's Kaleidoscope. They came out with a song called A Prayer, and I praised it because it had a cuss word in it. So he is talking about
He's real.
Well, it was essentially
okay.
it was part. So the song is called A Prayer. He was going through like really bad depression at the time.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are, will I fall or will I misstep? Will I call you with my last breath? Will you be there for me after? Will I waste away in this silence where my fear is effing violent? And so when he was going through that depression, he wrote these lyrics out because he was like, this is the way that I feel. Mm-hmm. He was like, this is the way that I feel. And so this is what I feel like God is not telling me that this is how I'm talking to God. This is my prayer to God right now. Like, will you love me after this?
If you read half of Psalms is David complaining to God.
Yeah.
So I get
absolutely.
it.
Yeah. And so he, in his mind, he released a clean version of it, and he also released the explicit version.
That's all I needed to know.
But he said, I feel like I would be cheating. He's like, I'm an artist. No. This is what I felt in the moment. If I didn't say how I actually felt,
it won't be real. Sure.
I mean, but first time I heard the song, I was like, this is freaking heavy. This is real. This is like, and that's one thing that I
felt like saying the F word to God before.
Oh, I for sure have said it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you.
But
this is not the
context.
Same. That's not the same thing.
Yeah. Every N-word in this party, or every N-word deserves a party for surviving this MFer. That's a little. That's different.
David didn't say that.
David didn't say that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man.
So this is from Carl Lentz.
Oof.
But
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. So years ago, before he thought he was a king of the world.
Last week.
Years ago, before he let fame tear his life apart, he said in an interview, it might have been in a message he was given somewhere, but he said, in New York and being popular, he comes across a lot of musicians.
Yeah. Justin Bieber.
Right. A bunch of them.
Yeah.
And so he said one thing that he has seen is that artists that get zero traction anywhere else will just say they're a Christian.
Yeah.
And they'll win awards and get on the radio because there's at least one radio station.
They're probably decent artists. They're just not great artists.
You want to hear it? See a tie-in? It's like athletes who can't really do it, who now say they're a girl and they go and beat people.
Yeah. Until it gets to a point.
Yeah.
Where it's really about technique and about mastering a skill. Because if you suck at a sport, you still suck at a sport.
You just, yeah.
I mean,
you just beat, if you go to a
regional qualifier.
If you are decent, I don't know. This doesn't need to go back to transgender stuff because we are both Christians, and so like we need to have that tied into a lot of this. That annoys me.
That song.
Yeah,
I agree.
And not
because there's a threshold, and it's like, okay, we can step past that. I cuss all the freaking time.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
Work in progress.
I do cuss quite a bit more than the typical Christian, I would say. I'm not going to say that I cuss all the time. I don't cuss.
No.
There's probably not even it's not even once a day. But I probably do cuss more than the normal Christian. So I can't
maybe.
I can't get upset at this person, I don't think, for saying that, because I do the exact same thing. Like, it would be,
It's real.
I'm looking at the wood chip in their eye when I've got a plank in mine.
Okay. But if she had said all African Americans get a party in heaven for surviving this persecution, if she had said that as the lyrics, she's still an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're whoever you are.
Well,
First off, stop babbling. I couldn't even understand what you said.
It was probably because it was all the way over here, though, too.
Well, that's fine.
But there's a threshold that is crossed. And it's like, it's fine if we cross it in certain instances. If you're using it in a way that, like, this is the only way I can describe this.
Yeah.
Because my fear is this violent. I am having such a hard time with this. There's no other word that I can convey this emotion to you without this, because words bring up emotions and words bring about severity depending on, like, I can say you're a good friend or you're my best friend.
Right.
You're
my MF and best friend.
Yeah.
Now
you're my
blood brothers.
Well, I'm not gonna say. Yeah. But like,
don't do that.
They're two. Essentially, they mean a very similar thing. But when I say that this is the best, then it evokes a certain emotion. And just like cuss words are going to do that as well. And so, this one is okay, but I don't think this one is okay.
That was excessive for no reason other. Like, are you?
Because I don't want to turn on Christian music
and not know it's Christian music.
Well, going down the road and I'm thinking I can listen to this in front of my kid,
right?
Because I don't cuss in front of my kid,
right?
For sure, I don't do that,
right?
I don't.
Hypocrite. I'm just kidding.
I don't want to turn on the radio and then just be
have to filter through what I'm not supposed to have to filter
and
through.
How do I know that that's coming up? If I would have heard that song on because I listen to Christian rap in my car all the time, like on a radio station.
We're working on that too.
That pops up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Just Jason,
don't say that, Jason.
Yeah, don't listen to that. It's something I shouldn't have to do.
Yeah.
But
no, we can just slam on the brakes and go to the thing that I brought up.
The fly thing?
Yeah.
That's
okay.
what we need to do. Because I'm not bringing up that TikTok.
All right, everybody decompress. Oh, I thought that was just a link to that.
No.
Sorry.
That's another. No,
okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that one.
Here we go. So I heard this on a podcast, and it just makes you think about time.
Mm-hmm.
So how long a fly lives for 24 hours?
Supposedly.
Common house fly. Humans live, we'll say 80
supposedly
years, not 80 days, 80 years. So doing all the math out,
mm-hmm.
Let's say that 1 second between fly swatter going towards the fly and hitting the fly, that would be like somebody chasing you with a sledgehammer for the last 8 hours of your life. How crazy is that? Just that one where they see the fly swatter coming is somebody chasing you for 8 hours, to kill you.
So we should sneak up on them.
And do it in half a second. It's only 4 hours of somebody chasing you with a sledgehammer.
Or just like what's the bug salt gun? The bug assault?
I have a bug assault. I have one.
Yeah, we need to get some of those and just... Well, I guess it would be like a bullet chasing you.
Yeah, for 30 minutes.
Unless you just sneak up on them.
But it's still the way it times out.
Yeah.
It's that long of time of you seeing the person for 8 hours.
Trying to
coming at you. It's kind of strange.
This is an interesting not segue.
8 hours and 20 minutes, actually.
So if somebody was chasing you with a sledgehammer to kill you, how long would you run?
Not long.
It wouldn't be 8 hours.
I've had this discussion with somebody before, and it's I'm gonna give you about if I can't shake you in 100 yards, we're fighting.
We're fighting.
Yeah,
I'm not running.
I'm not a runner.
Yeah, I completely.
If it's a pistol, we're different. But like if it's somebody that's just that they've got like a hammer,
yeah,
you're gonna hit me face first. That's the only way you're gonna kill me. You're not gonna hit me in the back. we're gonna duke this out after about 100 yards, and I might not even get 100 yards before I just turn around because I don't want to be tired.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think you can run 100 yards without getting tired,
right?
It's impossible.
Being chased to death 100 yards, that's a lot. That's a lot of wind.
Absolutely.
We're gonna figure this thing out.
Yeah,
close combat. Yeah,
old school style.
Yeah,
yeah.
I got a way better chance of getting that hammer away from you than outrunning you.
Yeah, because I can maybe
if you
dodge
don't if you don't hit me that first time, because I'm gonna come at you like a bobcat.
Yeah.
So if you don't square me up and knock me out with that first hit, you're gonna have to do something without that hammer.
And you got to think too, it's gonna be a long swipe too.
And I'm gonna come in and Goldberg spear you. You're gonna hit me in the back with a hammer.
That's why you need to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Cobra Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Come do jiu-jitsu for $1 a month.
Yeah, for the first month.
Then
they get.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna run long.
Mm-mm. No.
I don't know if I'm gonna run at all.
I might not.
If you're coming at me with a knife, I'm probably just squaring up.
Well, I've told you.
Let's go.
I've told you this one of the thuggest guys I've ever known. It was in high school, and he was our middle linebacker, and he was huge. And he said, "You want to learn how to stop a fight before it starts?" And we were like buddies. He wasn't mean to me. No, he wasn't mean to me. We were cool. But Tyrone is his name. Not even kidding. He said, throw them up and kick their knee out. Kick their knee through the back of their leg. You gonna fight with a blown out knee?
I sure as heck.
He said that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
And if they keep fighting, they're down a knee.
Yeah.
I'm
taking it to the ground.
Yeah.
First thing I'm going to do is going to try and take you down to the ground because I don't know how good you are at punching. I know I'm not great at it.
It's better than running.
It's better than running. Yeah, my punching's better than my running, but my ground game is exponentially better than my punching.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take you to the ground and I'm going to try and choke you out or I'm going to try and break your arm.
What if they have a blade? Bowie knife. Because even if you don't hit me in the head.
I'm trying to throw something at you or something. Like, I'm not.
When we said 100 yards, I immediately thought like we're on a football field.
So
I'm going to take my
nothing.
shoes off. I don't know what I'm going to do, but you're going,
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to freaking, like Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad, I'm going to rip a piece of my clothing off and I'm going to have it like this and then I'm going to try and.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything.
Because if it's a big knife, my shirt ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
So take that shirt off and see if I can,
I don't know how they do it, but.
Because all that's going to happen if I run is you're going to kill me tired.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So I might as well die not tired.
Yeah. Unless I can get to my car, really fast.
For whatever reason, I'm assuming we're on a giant field.
But
alone. I don't know why.
Your car might be close.
If we're city, if we're urban, you're going to have a hard time killing me with a knife. Because I'm going to
have
grab.
a hard time finding me.
Well, then you run.
I'm going to jump in a dumpster somewhere.
Well, they just come after you in the dumpster.
That's fine. I'm going to get some high ground.
I'm going to grab a trash can, somebody's purse, somebody.
Yeah. It's like if you ran, it would be like the Nate Bargatze joke where he talks about the guy, him and his wife are in Nashville like July 4th or something, and they look over and she's like, "Oh, that's my ex over there."
Oh, they were on a boat.
Yeah, they were on a boat,
water.
and he was on a boat, and it was like, "What do you want me? You want me to swim over there and beat him up?" Yeah, because then I'm just going to be tired.
Yeah,
and I'm going to need his help to get in the boat. Yeah, I'm not running for long. That's crazy to think about, though. The flight, like 8 hours.
That 1 second of you swinging a fly swatter is like 8 hours.
Equivalent.
Equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not in slow motion, as far as I know.
No.
Okay. What the movie or TV show thing?
So I saw where somebody asked if you could erase a movie or a TV show from your memory so that you could rewatch it for the first time again.
Yeah.
What would it be?
What's yours?
Do you want to do? I'll do the other one of you. Do you want to do the movie and I'll do the TV show?
No, we'll both do both.
Okay, both do both.
Yeah.
All right. My show would. I'll just be basic and do The Office.
That's a good. The
It's
Office
good.
is
It's great.
Yeah.
I've seen it 100 times through.
I would probably say Community.
I tried to start that
your. Well, so the first season's hard to get through.
Oh, okay.
First season,
just like
anything.
all shows.
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
I think I started the second episode and turned it off.
You got to get through that first season. And we watched it at the fire station. And after like 2 episodes, the guys were like, I don't know about this, man. Like, I think you sold us a
Bill of Goods.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
And then we got through some of that first season, and it's like, okay. This
All
is
right.
great.
Because, yeah.
Community, to me, is just, there's so many just like funny. I mean, it's the same thing with The Office.
Yeah. It's dry humor. It's not, I cannot stand shows that have a laugh track.
Oh, yeah. Sitcoms?
Yes.
Yeah. Not a big fan.
Yeah. It just, A, don't tell me when to laugh.
Yeah.
And B, you don't have to laugh at every little one-liner. And they make one-liners in the show.
Yeah.
And they're just not funny.
A show that we've been watching recently that I've been laughing out loud at is Veep. It's got Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it. It's a funny show. It's a pretty funny show.
Yeah.
And it doesn't skew left or right.
That's good.
It's not like they're not trying to get you on a political side. It's just, it's funny, satirical, good show.
Cool.
But mine would be Community.
Community. Okay.
Yeah.
Movie.
You go first.
We did talk about this already. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
am I going to mess you up if I say the movie?
No.
That you were like, that's a good one. Shutter Island.
It's a good movie. It's a great movie.
Me and Anna have watched it multiple times. At the end of it, every time you about change your mind of what happened. And seeing the movie over and over again.
Yeah.
So getting a fresh shot on that one.
Yeah.
Inception might be another one.
Inception would be a good one.
But Shutter Island's good.
So I've got like a toss up.
Okay.
The Village.
Yeah.
By M. Night Shyamalan.
Yep.
Where like it's that big, because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But if they're like, oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Go watch The Village.
Yeah.
And the twists and turns. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and so they're always twists and turns.
Yep.
Which I still haven't seen Old. I really want to.
It's not on my website.
It's on my website, but it's a cam. It's not an HD. That's why I haven't seen it. Not that we watch illegal movies.
No, I don't
FBI.
every day of my life.
Yeah. Or Brotherhood. Brotherhood, I saw it at the Sidewalk Film Festival in Birmingham. And it might be one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know what that is. I haven't seen it.
It came out in, I think, 2009, somewhere around there. Essentially, it's the way that it starts out is it's a fraternity. They're pledges and superior, not pledges. I don't know what they're called, brothers. So the pledges are going around to all these gas stations, and they're holding up gas stations to get like $17.22 or whenever the founding of the fraternity is. That's how much money they've got to get. They're really not holding up these places.
Is it from 2016?
Let me see. No.
You can keep scrolling. It might be.
No. It's not. It's neither of those.
Did it make it big, or is it
Yeah, it was in Redbox because me and Kirk watched it in Redbox. But so that's me. That's my chair. But so they're holding up convenience stores. You got to give me some whatever cents. But really what's happening is they're getting out of the van. They're running to the gas station. And there's a guy, another fraternity member that says, whoa. Here's your money. Go back and tell him you did it. and it's just to like see if you'll do what we say you'll do or whatever. Well, the last stop, they screw up the gas stations. Hey, you're on the gas station on 10th, right? No, I'm at the gas station on 3rd. And then the kid runs in, and he's like holding up the gas station attendant, and then it just devolves from there. The entire movie is just one big like, well, maybe we got it figured. Nope, it's not figured out, and now I'm more frustrated than I was before. And at the end of the movie, you're like, I hate everybody in this movie. I hate all these people. I hate these douchebags. And then at the last like 2 minutes, you're like, they got what they deserved.
All right.
Fantastic movie.
So you didn't want to spoil.
I didn't spoil that because everything that I said happens in like the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie. And then it just devolving, and then there's retribution at the end. But that would be my two. Is
all right.
Because M. Night Shyamalan, I still think that's one of the best movies I've ever seen, is The Village.
Yes.
I'm a big, like, I want to see some twists and turns in this movie. I don't like.
Have you watched The Prestige?
Yeah. Oh,
that's another
Prestige is such a good movie.
That's another one. But again, twists and turns.
Yeah, twists and turns. I'm all about it.
Well, cool, man. That's it for today, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm about to go get in some air conditioning.
That was a good hour-long episode.
Really? I thought it was way longer than that.
Nah, it looks like we're right at like an hour and a minute. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought we talked about the Olympics for an hour.
We talked about it for 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and then talked about
COVID for another hour.
15 minutes.
Dang. This shows how tired of talking about those things I am.
Yeah.
Well, so if you learned anything, Josh is about to get the vaccine.
Nope.
And I'm so hot.
Yeah, the AC turned off.
Oh, that's good.
Turned on eco mode.
Cool.
I just turned it back on.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool technology. We can be hot with our tech.
So fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you for letting us into your hearts and minds and your places of work and your homes and your butts. See you next time.